Hi Rehan, welcome to the review of the just concluded match between Gujarat Titans and Punjab Kings. Just wanted to know whether this match was a thriller or not because the last three matches of the Tata IPL have been, we can say, one-sided, if not dominant. Uh, Coming to this match, Gujarat were put into bat by Punjab. They started strong. There was a partnership going between Shubman Gill and Josh Butler, but I think since the wicket of Shubman Gill, Josh Butler had a lot of pressure on him to deliver because again the main situation that we spoke about right before the IPL started was Gujarat Titans middle order not playing well. Although Glenn Phillips did ride his luck and scored a few boundaries here and there, but you would also agree that the kind of fight Gujarat bowlers put up, in case they had got at least 15 more runs or say 175, 180, they would have been on course for winning. Correct?
Yeah, I was just seeing the post-match,
Yep.
talks of the captain Shubman
Yep.
Gill. He clearly said that it was a wicket that was good for batting, and they should have scored somewhere around 200. So they were quite far from the par score. If you ask me, 200 probably was not the par score, but somewhere around 190, 180 would have been really good.
Correct. Yep.
Um, and as you said that the contest have been one-sided, for the first time you actually saw an even contest.
Correct.
Uh,
And I just
mhm.
scrolled back to the Crickbuzz where they were talking about Shuman Gill. Uh, what did you make about Prasidh Krishna's effort? Do you think that he was brought in too late into the match? Maybe in the 1 over before 10 over mark could have been somewhere more buffer for Gujarat in terms of overs, in terms
I
of
mean,
bowler
see, that's
rotation.
that's again beauty of hindsight. We can talk about it, but I feel that it was the right call, personally.
Correct.
If you can go back to the batting of Gujarat, they could have done much better, is what I feel. You can blame the pitch conditions for getting slower on as the game progressed, but still they had quality. They had someone like a Shah Rukh Khan come in at that number 6-7 spot. So I just felt that they were still short on runs. They all got starts, Naman, but they really did not convert them into big score. That is something that would be very interesting to look at going into the season ahead, because you cannot expect the top three to keep on scoring runs as they did last time around. So there's going to be huge pressure on the middle order of Gujarat. But speaking of Punjab, they did actually a great job in picking that 11. I was
Correct.
really happy
Yep.
to see Cooper Conley play.
And it
I
was
have
more
been
aligned
saying
in
in
what we were thinking. So I think we have
exactly
the same range of Ricky Ponting.
Exactly, because I was seeing a lot of these pundits and analysts saying that Mitch Owen will come into
Correct.
that number three. He's a big hitter, this and that. But I was always backing Cooper Conley because I've seen how he's played for the Brisbane Heat. He's a terrific all rounder. Even with the ball, he has done really well.
Correct.
So he's a star in the future for sure. And he's showing his glimpses in the IPL. So great to see him score runs and beat at the finish line. Punjab would feel bad, to have that hiccup in the middle. But
Yeah.
Prasid did bowl eventually very well.
And now talking about Gujarat's bowling lineup, they don't have a sixth bowling option. Sorry, a backup bowling option for spinners. I think for a short ground like this, if the ball was not turning so much, do you think that a balance where Washington Sundar is your lead spinner outside of Rashid Khan, is that good? Or you should bring in someone like more of a batsman because you have five bowlers. Maybe Glenn Phillips can be your sixth bowler if needed.
Exactly my point. So I felt that they missed a trick by not giving Phillips an over to bowl against someone like a Cooper Conley. He would have favored his matchup with the left-hander. And that should be your ideal 11. I feel that they were right. My Naman only point of debate could be that they could have picked someone like a Jason Holder
Hmm.
ahead of someone like a Rabada. His figures again not that impressive. 3 overs, 34 runs, 1 wicket. On an ideal day, maybe he can be a little more handy with the ball, but Jason Holder brings in that dimension of batting.
Correct.
So I feel that that can be a point of conversation. But as you said about the spinners, Sai Kishore is one name that was missing out today. The conditions were not that spin friendly. Obviously, it was slower. Sai Kishore might have enjoyed these conditions, but they could have made better use of Glenn Phillips, is what I feel, as a sixth or seventh bowling
Correct.
option.
And now since that you mentioned that Gujarat are in a spot with their choice of team, Punjab have gone in very strong, like pace heavy. They have Bartlett, they have Jansen, they have Vijay Kumar Vaishak, who is a death over specialist since the RCB years. So they have variety in their bowling attack. But I think what we would like to see from their middle order, especially number 5 and number 6, that is Shashank and your Nehal Vadera, is a lot more conviction in terms of stroke making. I know this is the first season of the game, but in the IPL finals as well, if you remember last year, there was a phase where you had to take the game on, or else it was. And it happened at the end that Nehal Vadera did not get a move on, and he ended up getting out, and he did not score runs, which put pressure on the rest of the batsmen. So I think today the target was quite less, but had Gujarat gone on to score 180 and Shreyas got out for a cheap score, you have you Shashank being the vice captain should have played a better knock.
I agree with you completely, and that's going to be a challenge for Punjab because if you look at that batting lineup, four players out of their top six, seven are uncapped Indians.
Correct.
So you look
And
at
yeah,
Priyansh,
yeah,
Prab Simran, Nehal, and Shashank. I mean, Shashank is still not that young, but the other batters are relatively young, but they are not capped for India. So they don't have international experience per se. So it shouldn't be a second season syndrome for them. It'll be difficult, Naman, for them to replicate that performance what they did last time around. But the onus is on them. So if they have a great season, you will see Punjab going forward in the competition.
yeah, you should send someone like a Marcus Stoinis in a number 6 rather than saving him for number 7. See, if you had Cooper Connolly, a left-hander batting, there was no sense of putting Nehal Vadera in at number 5. You send an experienced person, man. These are the stages. I agree you want to give exposure to Nehal, to Shashank, but that's fine. I mean, they can bat down the order, keep the right left combination going.
You're right. I believe it is more about the right left combination. I
Correct.
think tactical awareness is increased in the teams and they are all looking at a left right combination. Personally, I am not in favor of that. I feel whatever is much suited, whichever batter is much suited, he should walk in straight away, irrespective of whatever tactical,
Correct.
awareness that you have.
Okay. I think Punjab with a dominant win, if not a one-sided win, a bit more closely contested one. But yeah, 2 points to Punjab. Now moving on to the next match for tomorrow. It is the Lucknow Super Giants taking on the Delhi Capitals. It's Rishabh Pant's ex-franchisee against his current franchisee. But I think the talk of the town has to be the return of the two Indian giants. One is KL Rahul from the side of Delhi Capitals, and one is Mohammad Shami from the Lucknow Super Giants. I think in
Oh,
a
I thought you'll say Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh Pant is not an Indian giant yet, if we can say that, because he's still playing only one format. And I think with the recent interview of Mohammad Shami and a few reels trending on social media, that just give the ball in my hand, and then only I can do something. I can't be in front of a camera and say that I aspire to play the 27 World Cup. It'll only transpire through performances. So do you? I'll jump straight to it. Do you think Mohammad Shami in this IPL, the future for his international career would be decided by his performances this IPL?
I doubt that, Naman, if I can be very honest, even if he becomes the purple cap holder winner this season. I feel that the BCCI have probably made like a very strong decision, a strong call. They have not even picked him in the central contract, which I think is really, really sad and really bad for a player of his stature who has served Indian cricket so well. And he has actually groomed people like Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna, if you see. He's been there for so long. I believe he made his debut in 2013,
Correct.
close to 12, 13 years continuously bearing all the injuries. He's been a standout for Indian cricket, and especially his World Cup numbers are insane. So I don't know how determined and motivated he will be in this IPL, but let's hope that he does well so that a lot of eyes goes towards him because domestically he has been doing well. If you
Correct.
see his record, he's been doing exceptionally good, and yeah, I mean the IPL should not be the only lookout for the BCCI domestically also. They should assess players. But Naman, sorry if I'm going off topic, but Rishabh Pant, I feel that he
Big
is
season for
someone
him.
that is not talked. Yeah, I feel it's a big season for him. Personally, he should take it personal, if I can say it that way, because uh, he is now way back in the pecking order. You have people are talking about Jitesh Sharma, people are talking about Dhruv Jurel, people are talking about Sanju Ishan Kishan, and Rishabh Pant as a wicketkeeper batter is nowhere to be seen of or heard of.
Correct.
So even if he has to make his way in the ODI 11, as of now he's only in the Test arena. I don't know for how long he's going to be there,
He's the
but
vice
if he
captain.
has to
He'll
make a
still be
come,
there in the test arena.
yeah, but eventually you will have to prove your mettle because there are people who are going to be breathing down your neck. because in Indian cricket the competition is going to be so tight.
Right.
It's not going to be easy for him. He has a big point to prove, Naman. I believe as a captain, as a batter, if he can do well for Lucknow, then I feel that he can make his name available in the limited ODIs and T20s.
And I think where you are correct is that he is also taking that seriously because before the IPL, he came down to Mumbai and he trained with Yuvraj Singh for a few days to get that uh, big hitting prowess flowing. And when he burst onto the IPL scene in 2018, when he was the orange cap holder, you saw those innovative shots, and I think that's somehow that's of in the past years they've just gone off from Rishabh Pant's playbook. So I think a rediscovery of his form. Last tournament was pathetic for him. Apart from that last match where he scored a century against RCB. So I think he would be keen on keeping his state of mind correct and making things right this IPL. A season of 500 runs will do him great if, in terms of not just keeping his place in the test but also keeping him ready for the future options. So now coming to Delhi Capitals, Mitchell Stark not there. Kuldeep Yadav should be their main bowler along with Akshar Patel as the spinner. But again, Dushmantha Chamira as well. I don't think he's still available. And you have a lot of Indian options there. So you do have the bowling. So let's skip to the prediction since we have already spoken about the players to come. Who is your player to watch out for tomorrow? Highest run scorer, highest wicket taker, and who will win?
Um, it's going to be played in Lucknow, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I'll pick Lucknow as the winner because I'm seeing all the home teams coming out
Hmm.
victorious.
Okay.
I'll pick Lucknow. I'll pick Eden Markram to score the bulk of runs. With the ball, maybe let me pick Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah, and I feel that it'll be a close game. Delhi also will be a very interesting team to look at because you will look at the opening combination that we are more interested in. Will it be Prithvi Shaw
Hmm.
back into the side? And also, Naman, one point I forgot to mention with Lucknow.
Hmm.
There are a lot of talks happening that Rishabh Pant could open the batting. So that could be put to rest tomorrow. So it'll be very interesting to see.
Great. So, from my side, I think it'll be Lucknow Super Giants who will win tomorrow. My player to watch out for would be Mitchell Marsh. Not a great World Cup campaign as a captain, as a player, injured throughout the year, if we can say that, and a lot of questions on his place in the playing 11 because you know that only four overseas slots are there, and Nicholas Puran and Aiden Markram walk in as two batsmen. So you have a very limited scope of being there. In case you don't perform, you could be thrown out. So yeah, my highest run scorer would be KL Rahul in tomorrow's match. And highest wicket taker, interestingly, I would go for either of Akshar Patel or Digvesh Rathi, depending on who bowls first. So that's my choice. And yeah, Rehan, any other comments on tomorrow's match before we close?
I think tomorrow will be the time when we can actually talk about all the teams put together.
Yep.
The first week has
Yeah.
been, I would say, pretty one-sided. If I can
Hmm.
say, it's been a lot more predictable, Naman. I think teams are winning the toss, wanting to chase, and you are seeing home teams coming out victorious.
Yep.
So you can make a summary later on in the coming week
Hmm.
as to how this tournament will pan out. But let's see more competition between both sides. Let's hope that.
Correct. And I think we all would agree that we have seen a lot of one-sided contests today, as opposed to what we've been seeing in the last three matches. We did see a close encounter, but we hope for a last over thriller, and that's what we crave for. So, uh, do come back post tomorrow's match, and hopefully we'll be there to shooting content for you. Thank you.